A day after the UN Security Council called for a truce between Thailand and Cambodia, the two nations briefly exchanged fire at a disputed stretch of border, the scene of deadly clashes between Thai and Cambodian troops over a Hindu temple, an age-old flashpoint of violence. The most recent skirmish was in 2008, after the UN approved Cambodia's application to declare the 900-year-old temple a World Heritage Site. Last week's outbreak of violence left 5 dead. The fighting has also damaged homes, closed down shops and schools, and sent hundreds to makeshift shelters. Cambodia claims shelling has even damaged the temple itself. The Prevahir temple is a century older than Cambodia's more famous Angkor Wat temple, and a potential lucrative tourist attraction. Prevahir is perched on a cliff in the Dangkek Mountains on the Cambodian side of the disputed border with neighboring Thailand, marked in red on this Google Earth map. But its main entrance is on the Thai side, and for many years landmines and the threat from Khmer Rouge rebels made it inaccessible from Cambodia. In 1962, the International Court of Justice ruled it belongs to Cambodia, but it did not rule on the land around it. So the 4.6 square kilometer territory is claimed by both sides. Both nations have issued complaints to the UN, blaming each other for the clashes. While Cambodia is lobbying for international solution, Thailand wants the two countries to decide it themselves. On Monday, the UN Security Council called for the two countries to reach a truce and start bilateral talks to resolve the dispute. Thailand welcomed the UN decision, but Cambodia argued that bilateral talks have failed to end the violence for 3 years now. That's why they had turned to the UN for help. Relitsa Vasilova, CNN, Atlanta.
So what is the next step, and can a permanent ceasefire be achieved? Joining me now from New York is Thai Foreign Minister Kasit Paromya. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. So first of all, just let me ask you why Thailand doesn't want UN intervention here, why you think that bilateral talks are the way to go.
I don't think that we do not like the intervention of the United Nations, but we believe that there are existing mechanisms in place, and they have been working. So it's the question of the continuation of the existing mechanism. That is the first point. And second is that now we are in the ASEAN family with the ASEAN Charter. So I believe that to have the ASEAN family help the bilateral process would be a better cause instead of putting more problem and burden on the United Nations, which I think especially the United Nations Security Council already have a lot of problems at hand. And I think as good citizens of the international community and as a good member of the United Nations, I think we should avoid burdening further the work of the United Nations. And the
but
point
surely
is that
if, as you say, that the status quo was working, that bilateral discussions between you and Cambodia were actually properly effective, then we wouldn't be in the situation that we are now.
Well, I think it depends on one man on the other side of the border. It depends on I think the Prime Minister of Cambodia. He rules the country, all the decisions are made by him. If tomorrow or at this very minute he says that we come back to the negotiating table, then the negotiation could continue. And if he says that there will be definitely a ceasefire, I think all the soldiers from the Cambodian side would listen to him. So it depends on that one particular leadership in Cambodia to choose the course. And we still believe that by keeping the dialogue, then we keep the relationship intact. At the same time, we keep ASEAN intact. The more we internationalize, then it becomes more confrontational. And we do not believe that confrontation is the way out. I think we should try to talk to one another. And on the Thai side, we are ready to talk, to continue the discussion and the negotiation.
But people are dying. Tens of thousands of people are having to flee their homes. So is it really worth it for less than 5 kilometers of land?
I think it's always worth it, because I think territorial integrity is important for any nation state. And as I said that we did not fire the first shot, we are always on the defensive. And Thailand is a democratic country. Whatever the government does or does not, we have to be accountable to the parliament, to the public. So in that sense, when we say that we are ready for the negotiation, we are genuinely believe in it, and we would like to do so. And we would like to, I think, have the best of the relationship with Cambodia. We do it. We have been doing that all along as a major partner of Cambodia, as donor countries towards the socio-economic development of Cambodia. I think the burden is more on the other side, because I think Cambodia's rules comprehensively by Somdet Hun Sen, the Prime Minister. And if he wishes to continue the dialogue, I do believe that we can continue the excellent relationship and build up the ASEAN community.
When all is said and done, you do still have to be neighbours with Cambodia. So how far is Thailand willing to take this fight?
Well, I don't think we want to fight. We want to negotiate. We want to cooperate. We want to build up the relationship. We want to build up the ASEAN community. This is something that we have been doing all along. We have no problem with Cambodians in general. I mean, we want to see the betterment of life. They are still very much of the underdeveloped country. We do not want to see underdevelopment in Cambodia. We want to see a better quality of life in Cambodia.
Kasit Paromya, Thai Foreign Minister, thank you very much indeed
Thank you very much
for your time today.